let us start our today's session. In our previous session, we have seen irrational numbers and how to locate an irrational numbers on number line. Okay? All of you understood these concepts? Okay. Now, in today's session, we are going to learn decimal expansion of real numbers. Decimal expansion of real numbers. For this, we see here one example. Find the decimal expansion of 1 upon 3, 7 upon 8 and 1 upon 7. Okay, let us see one by one. First one is 1 upon 3. Okay, now here dividend is 1 and divisor is 3. Now all of you know that 1 is not divisible by 3. Okay, 1 is not divisible by 3. Okay, that's why I place here 0. Okay, my first quotient is 0. Okay, since 1 is not divisible by 3, my first quotient is here 0. So I put here decimal point. Okay, now the number is 10. Okay, now 10 is divisible by 3. 3 3s are 9. Okay, so now 10 minus 9 is 1. So my first remainder is 1 here. Okay, again I put 0 on 1 since 1 is not divisible by 3. So now 3 3s are 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Again remainder is 1. Okay, now I put again 0 on the 1. Now 3 3s are 9. Again 10 minus 9 is 1. Okay, that means at each step I get the remainder is 1 and the quotient is 3. That means in quotient I get repeated times of 3 and remainder is 1. Okay, but you see that this division is non-terminating. Okay, this division is non-terminating and here I get the same number in the quotient. Okay, whenever I divided by 3, okay, this process is non-terminating. Division process is not terminating and we get the same number 3 repeated times in the quotient. Okay. Now, look at the second example here. 7 upon 8. Now 7 upon 8. Again the numerator is less than denominator. Numerator is less than denominator. That means 7 is not divisible by 8. Okay. So, again my first quotient is 0. So I place here decimal point and place 0 on 7. That is the number will 70. Okay. Now 70 is divisible by 8. Okay. So now 8 8s are 64. So 70 minus 64 is 6. Okay. Remainder is 6. My first remainder is 6. Now again 6 is not divisible by 8. So I place here 0. Okay. Now 8 7s are 56. 60 minus 56, that is 4. Okay. So my second remainder is 4. Now again 4 is not divisible by 8. For that I place here 0. Now 8 5s are 40. 40 minus 40 is 0. That means here I get the remainder is 0. And the quotient is 0.875. That means this division is terminates here. Since we get the remainder is 0. Okay. So this division 7 upon 8 is terminate here. Okay. Now look at the next example 1 upon 7. Okay. Now here also numerator is less than denominator. 1 is not divisible by 7. So again my first quotient is 0 here. I put decimal point and I place 0 on 1. So number will become 10. Okay. Now this 10 is divisible by 7. Now 7 ones are 7. So 10 minus 7 is 3. Again 3 is not divisible by 7. My first remainder is 3 here. Okay. First remainder is 3 here. Now 3 is not divisible by 7. So I place here 0. Now 7 4s are 28. The remainder is 2. Remainder is 2. Again 2 is not divisible by 7. So I place here 0. So 7 2s are 14. 20 minus 14 is 60. Okay. Sorry, 20 minus 14 is 6. That means remainder is 6 here. Now this 6 is not divisible by 7. Therefore I place here 0. Okay. Now 7 8s are 56. So 60 minus 56, that is 4. Now my remainder is 4. This 4 is also not divisible by 7. So I place here 0. Now 7 5s are 35. 7 5s are 35. 40 minus 35 is 5. Okay. Now remainder is 5. Now I place 0 since 5 is not divisible by 7. So now 7 7s are 49. 50 minus 49 is 1. Now I get the remainder 1. Now look at here. If I place 0 on this 1, if I place 0 on this 1, then we get here 7 1s are 7. Okay. That means here I get the number 1. Okay. Quotient. Number 1 in the quotient. Okay. 7 1s are 7. Then the remainder is 3. 10 minus 7 is 3. Okay. Then I again place 0. Okay. So 7 4s are 28. Right. 7 4s are 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. Again remainder is 2. Okay. Now I place again 0. So 7 2s are 40. Okay. And so on. That means here the number in the quotients are repeated. So that same block 1 4 2 8 5 7. Now students, we see some more examples on rational numbers. Here show that 3.14268 is rational number. We have to show that this number is a rational number. Now rational number in the form of P upon Q. That means we have to only show that this number can be written in the form of P upon Q. Now tell me if this number is like that 3.2. So we can write here 3.2. This number can be written as 32 upon 10. Right? You know that? 3.2. It can be written as 32 upon 10. Since there is only one number after the decimal point. So denominator is 10. Okay. Now here if this number is 3.23. Now there are 2 digits after the decimal points. So this number can be written in the fraction as 323 upon 100. Right? If this number is in the form of 3.233. Now there are 3 digits after the decimal points. There are 3 digits after the decimal point. So we can write this number in the form of fraction as 3233 upon 100. Right? So same way we can write this number as 3.142678. Now there are 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. 6 numbers or 6 digits after the decimal point. So in denominator we can place 6 zeros on 1. Okay. So we can write this number as 3142678 upon, we write 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. Now count that zeros. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay. There are 6 zeros on 1. That means we can write this decimal expansion in the form of P upon Q. We write this number in the form of P upon Q, where both P and Q both are integers. That means this number is a rational number, right? Therefore, this is a rational number. This is a rational number. Okay? Now, look at the other example here. This is very important example. Look at school here. Show that 0.3333 is equal to 0.3 bar. That means this decimal expansion is What? Right. This decimal expansion is non-terminating and recurring. Remember, non-terminating and recurring can be expressed in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. That means we have to show that this number is a rational number. We have to express this number in the form of P upon Q. That means we have to show that this number is a rational number. Okay, so let us see how to solve this example. Okay, now we don't know about this number 0.33333. This is non-terminating and recurring. Okay, so we can't know this number 0.3333. Okay, so let us call this number as x. Okay, so x is equal to 0.3333. Okay, now here only one point is repeated. This is very important. Look at the board here. Now only one number 3 is repeated. Okay, so we multiply 10 on the both side. I repeat again. Here only the one digit is repeated after the decimal point. Only one digit is repeated. So I multiply by 10 on the both side. Okay. Now I multiply here 10 on both side. 10x is equal to, I multiply by 10 here. 0.333 into 10. If I multiply by 10 here, then this decimal point shifted towards right one place. Right? Decimal point is shifted one place towards right. Since I multiply by 10. So here we get this decimal point shifted towards one place to the right. That means 10x is equal to 3.333. Okay? Now we have to express this term 3.33 in the form of x. We have to replace this term in the form of x. So we can split this term as 3.33 as 3 plus 0.333. Right? We can split this term as 3 plus 0.333. But that 0.333 repeated, it is called as x. So we get this term as 3 plus x. That means we get here 10x is equal to 3 plus x. Right? Okay. Now if I change the place of x, here the x is positive, then here becomes the x is negative. Then 10x minus x is 9x is equal to 3. So value of x is 3 upon 9. Okay. So if I divided by 3 to numerator and denominator, I get x is equal to 1 upon 3. That means that number 0.3333 is equal to what? 1 upon 3. So we can express this number in the form of P upon Q. That means this number is a rational number. So from this you can see that the 1 upon 3 or this 0.333 decimal expansion is a decimal expansion of rational number. Since from this we get a rational number. That means decimal expansion of rational numbers are non-terminating, terminating and recurring. If they are terminating or non-terminating, recurring. Okay. Look at one more example of rational number here. Show that 1.27, 27, 27 and so on, that is 1.27 bar can be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Okay, now we have to express this decimal expansion in the form of P upon Q. Okay, so we don't know about that number since it is repeating the block 27. So we call it as x. X is equal to 1.27, 27, 27. Now remember student, in our last example, after decimal point only one digit is repeated. So that's why we multiplied 10 on both sides. Okay, in that example. But here after decimal point 27, 27, 27. That means 2 digits are repeated. After decimal points 2 digits are repeated. That's why we multiplied by 100 on both sides. If suppose there are 3 digits after decimal points are repeated. If there are 3 digits after decimal points are repeated, then we multiply by 1000 on both sides. Okay, but in this example only 2 digits after decimal points are repeated, then we multiply 100 on both sides. Okay, remember this thing, this is very important. Okay, so I multiplied by 100 on both sides. We get 100x is equal to 100 into 1.2727. Right? Now, if whenever I multiplied by 100 to the decimal expansion, decimal point shifted 2 places towards the right. Okay, when I multiplied by 100 to the decimal expansion, the decimal point shifted 2 places towards right. That means this number becomes 127.2727. Okay, now this number we have to express this number in the form of x. We have to express this number in the form of x, but the value of x is here 1.27. That means we can write here 127 is 126 plus 1.2727, right? 127 can be stated in the form of 126 plus 1.2727. Now that 1.2727 is the x, that is 126 plus x. Now if I change the place of x here, so 100 minus x. If I change the place of x, this x becomes negative. So 100x minus x, 99x is equal to 126. We want the value of x. That means x is equal to 126 upon 99 here. So therefore 1.27 bar, since value of x is 1.27 bar, is equal to 126 upon 99. Okay, so this is in the form of P upon Q. So we express the number 1.27 bar in the form of P upon Q. So these examples is also show that decimal expansion of rational number is non-terminating recurring. Okay. Now look at the other example here. We have to show that 0.235355 and so on is equal to 0.235 bar can be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Now look at here, after decimal point, here 2 does not repeat, but the block 35 repeats. Here only the block 35 repeats, 2 does not repeats. Okay, so we call it that number x is equal to 0.23535. But again we apply the same procedure here, since after decimal point only 2 digits are repeated. Okay, since here 2 does not repeat, but after decimal point only 2 digits are repeated. That's why we multiplied by 100 on both sides. Remember this thing, we multiplied by 100 on both sides. So by multiplying 100 on both sides, we get here 100x is equal to 0.23535 into 100. Whenever we multiply by 100, decimal point shifted 2 places towards to right. So this number becomes 23.53535 and so on. Right? Now we have to express this number 23 in the form of x. Okay, we have to express this number in the form of x. So I can write here 23 plus 0.5353 and so on. Okay, 23 plus 0.53. Okay, but the value of x is 0.2 only. Here value of x is 0.23. Okay, 0.2. So here I want 0.2. So I split that 0.5 in the form of 0.3 plus 0.2. 0.5 can be split as 0.3 plus 0.2. That 0.3 added in this number. So I add 0.3 in 23. So we get here 23.3. 23.0.3 is equal to 23.3 plus 0.23535 and so on. Okay, I will show here this 23 plus 0.5353 and so on. So So that 23 plus this number can be split as 0.3 plus 0.2535 and so on. Okay. So I add these two numbers, 23.3 plus 0.2535. Now okay. So from this we get 23.3 plus this number. Now this number is x. Now if I change the place of this x becomes negative. So 100x minus x is 99x. Now this 23.3 can be written as 233 upon 10. Since there is only one number after the decimal point, so I can write this number in the form of fraction as 233 upon 10. Now dividing 99 on both sides, we get here x is equal to 233 upon 10 into 99. That means value of x, that is 0.235 bar, is equal to 233 upon 990. So we can express this number in the form of p upon q. Okay students, do you understand this? Okay. So in this session, decimal expansion of real numbers, we have seen some examples of decimal expansions. So you have to listen this video, watch this video carefully and write all the examples in your notebook. So in this session we have learned decimal expansion of real numbers is terminating or non-terminating, recurring, and decimal expansion of irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. Okay student, so remember this thing, this is very important. Okay, have a good day. If I continue this process of division, then we get the same number of blocks, same number of digits in the quotients. That means if remainders are repeats, here remainders are repeats, then the block of numbers in the quotient here so repeat. Okay, now look at this three example here. In the first example, okay, in the first example we get the same remainder 1 1 1 1 1 1. That means the remainder is repeat. If the remainder is repeats, then we get the repeated number of numbers or repeated number of block of numbers of digits in quotient. Okay, repeated block of digits in the quotient. Okay, for the second example here, remainder 6 4 and 0, that means remainders are not repeated. Okay, here, so here in this quotient we doesn't get any block of repeated numbers in the quotient here. In this third example here, 3 2 6 4 1 4 5 1. After that one, again I get the same remainders 3 2 6 4 5 and 1, and we get the same numbers in the quotients 1 4 2 8 5 7. That means if remainders are repeated, then we get the same block of digits in the quotient. Okay, so my dear students, what you have learned from these three examples? You should have to remember that some decimal expansions are terminating after certain stage. Okay, some decimal expansions are terminating after certain stage. That means we get remainders in 0 after certain stage, or we get repeated quotient, or we get repeated quotients and repeated remainders. And if remainders are repeated, then we get the repeated number of digits or repeated block of digits in the quotient. Okay, so this is decimal expansion of real numbers. So we can say that decimal expansion of real numbers is either terminating or non-terminating recurring. Recurring means what? We get the same numbers repeated times in the quotient. This means recurring. Non-terminating means here we does not get 0 in the remainder. here 0 in the remainder. That means this expansion is terminating. This expansion and this expansion is non-terminating. That means decimal expansion of real numbers is either terminating or non-terminating recurring. If there is this non-terminating, then recurring. Okay. Moreover, decimal expansion of irrational number. Decimal expansion of irrational number is non-terminating and non-recurring. This is the difference between decimal expansion of real numbers and irrational numbers. Now listen carefully. Decimal expansion of real numbers are terminating or non-terminating recurring, and decimal expansion of irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. Okay. Now this 1 upon 3 is equal to 0.333. Okay. So this can be written as 0.3 bar. Okay. Now this bar indicates that 3 is in the repeated times. Okay. Here 3 is in repeated times. Now here 1 upon 7 is equal to what? 0.142857. After that 7, again we get the same block, 142857. So this can be written as 0.142857 bar. This bar indicates that this block of digits or this block of digits comes repeated times. Okay, this block of digits comes repeated times, and this is not terminating. Okay, this is not terminating. After one block we get the second block of same number, then we get the third block of same number. That means this expansion is non-terminating. This block is indicate that this decimal expansion is non-terminating and recurring. Okay, so clear the idea about decimal expansion of real numbers. What is non-terminating, what is recurring. Okay.